Hello students, I am Srishti Tiwari here. Today we are going to discuss about the next topic of the chapter 3rd, that is human relation. So topic of today's is the understanding self and the social behavior. So first we will see about the understanding self. Self concept is a person's understand of how and what someone thinks about him or her. Means the person understanding means what the person understand about means how the other person thinks about him or her. An individuals in not born with the self concept means the if the person is getting born, so there will not be any self concept within the child. So rather than it evolves as individual constantly interact with the people, so the self concept is developing within the individual when continuously this person grows and develop and it interact with other people, then the self concept or self understanding is developed. Understanding the self is the ability to understand one's own thoughts and actions. Means it's the ability to understand one's own thought. Means person understand one's own thoughts, their own thoughts person understand. So that is known as self understanding. So there are some definition has been given by some. So the first definition has been given by George Herbert Head. Understanding self represents the sum total of people's conscious. Here this uh, the person is saying that the people's conscious perception means the within the conscious of the person, what the person thinks and what the person perceive about their own self, of their identity as the distinct from others, means their identity will be differ from others. It is not a static phenomena, means it is not a static means it not be constant for a long time, means it will be changed, means but continue to develop and change through our lives, means our self development or the self understanding will change throughout our life. Then the next definition has been given by Richard Stevens. The understanding self is a thinking about what is involved in being, means what is involved in the human being, what distinguish you from an object, means what is difference between you being as a human being and between the object and animal. Different person means how you differ from other people. Okay, so this is the definition has been given by Richard Stevens. So here some in the self understanding, importance of the self understanding has been given, means if the person will understand about his or herself, so the person will be competent for enough, and the if the person is working in an organization, the person will be if the self understanding, good self understanding is there, so person will be able to work efficiently and effectively in an organization, and the organizational goal will be achieved and established more effectively. Okay, and then the how the person can boost or the self understanding, means how the person can know about himself or herself. Okay, so there is a one tool, that is Johari window, that we have already discussed. Okay, so I'm not going to teach about here the a tool that is being used in the self understanding, and the strategies to improve self understanding that we have already discussed, isn't it? Means how we can increase our open area and shorten this blind and hidden area and unknown area. Okay, so this is the strategies to improve the self understanding. So I'm not going to explain that because I have already taken that class. Okay, so next topic that we are going to discuss, that is social behavior. Social behavior, the interaction between members of the same species or the behavior directed towards the society, means the between the same species of member, if the person is interacting with each other. Okay, if the human animal from the mammalia species, if the person is interacting with the aves or the reptiles, so that will not be, we cannot say that is social behavior, isn't it? If the means the mammalians only, they will interact with the mammalians, that will only the social behavior. Okay, so directed towards the society is known as social behavior. So communication between members of two different species is not a social behavior, that I have already told. It is not an activity that has a social meaning or a context. It is an activity that has a social meaning or a context. Is a social hierarchy. Social behavior is followed by the social norm, social action, directed at the other people as designed to provoke the response. Okay, then in this we will discuss about the two things: what are the types of social behavior and what are the factors that influence our social behavior. So first we will discuss about the types of social behavior. There are if we'll talk about the types of social behavior, there are so many types of social behavior. First one is aggression, altruism, scapegoating, and the shyness. So these all are types of social behavior. We will discuss one by one: what is aggression, what is altruism, and what is scapegoating, and what is shyness. First one is aggression. What is aggression? Aggression refers to behavior between members of the same species, that is social behavior. Okay, with an intention. They will interact with the same species, but with which intention? With the intention to hurt or ridicule or to humiliate the other person. So that is aggression. Okay, then next one is altruism. Altruism refers to the feeling of concern or sympathy or and benevolence, means the doing good for others. Okay, benevolence for others. So that is known as altruism. It is a traditional virtue, we can say. Okay, means in the some cultures, or it can be an inbuilt part of religious expectation that the followers feel motivated for it. Means in any tradition, if some attitude is being taking place in some traditions, so it will become a motivation for others. Like if in any religion or in any culture or in any society some person is giving some donation, so means that is a kind act of kindness, we can say, act of sympathy, we can say, isn't it? So that can be a motivation for other people. So other people will see that, then that person may also feel to give some donation or to help other person. Okay, so this is then altruism. So pure altruism, is an in consideration for any rewards. Means if we are doing or helping someone, so that person will not have to get will not think about that I'll get some reward for in return. Means if I'm helping someone, that person should also help me. Okay, that consideration or that thinking will not be there if the person so behavior is a altruism. Okay, means selfless service will be there in the meaning of altruism itself is a selfless service. Means we won't want back or rewards from others if we are doing something for anyone. Okay, that is the altruism. Then next we have that is scapegoating. Scapegoating means if the one person is blaming for doing wrong anything. It means if one person has done some wrong, so that person will blame to others, like I didn't do because of this, only because of you I did this and that. Okay, scapegoating is a practice of isolation of any party or the derogatory or negative treatment or blame, that I have already told. It's a blame. Okay, in the scapegoating, like you have been studying in your psychology, like there are some defense mechanism, that is displacement and projection. So the person is using to make our area safe. Like if the person has done some wrong, so that person will use that defense mechanism to protect ourselves. Okay, or to bringing, means for the development also they use the scapegoating. Then next behavior is the shyness. Shyness is a discomfort, nervousness, lack of confidence, or the awkwardness when a person is in proximity of an unfamiliar person. Okay, proximity can be especially in the situation where one has to deal with other people. Means the unfamiliar person, if the person has to deal with, so person will become discomfort, nervousness, lack of confidence in where the person is going or where person has to interact. Okay, so shyness can be in the social scenario, like the if that can be act as a means a social phobia. It can develop as a, if the person is developing and the shyness is not going from the person, so that can be developed as a social phobia for the person. Okay, then next we are going to discuss, that is the factors influencing social behavior. So there are so many factors that influence our social behavior. First one is social norms, traditions, culture and social customs, motives, values, ambition and drives. So these all are seven factors that influence our social behavior. We will discuss one by one. First one is social norms. The behavior of individuals is largely influenced by the social norms. The behavior of individual is largely influenced by the social norms. Means social norms, we can say, are rules or regulation that we do, that is present in our society, that influence our behavior. Okay, different societies have the different social norms that are primary influence on behavior of an individuals, isn't it? Means before, if the child is getting birth, then after some time that child start to interact with each other in the society and all. So whatever the rules and regulations will be present in their society, what will child will learn from their families and from their societies. So that type of behavior, social behavior, will be developed in the child, isn't it? So that is the only one, that is social norms. For an example, if I'll talk about that, the women in the North Indian culture of society, in the social norm, they are not free, they are not communicating freely in the presence of their father-in-law, isn't it? So this is their culture and society, and somehow it is making an social behavior to because of social norms. Okay, then next we are going to the next point is, that is culture and social customs. Culture and social customs are an other important factor influence and an individual's social behavior. That it is can we can say at like in the American America and any foreign country, or in the Western society, so if the some younger one talking to the elder person, if the person is not maintaining the eye contact with their elder one, so that will be, we can say, it's a sign of, means disrespect for the elder person, isn't it? But in our North Indian society, or in our Indian society, if the younger one is talking to their person, or who is elder from that person, so it will be like that the person is disrespecting to the person, isn't it? Then next one is values. How our values create or influence our social behavior. Individual carries specific inheritance values acquired from their parent, family, mentor and educational institution. Okay, for in these, for an example, an individual having a value of not disobeying or arguing with anyone superior to him or in hierarchy, either at work or community, is going to be governed by the values he or she owns. Okay, so this is the value that influence our social behavior. Then next one is traditions. Different societies have the different tradition that are largely responsible for the overall social behavior of an individuals. For an example, newly married women are expected to wear a particular type of dress, and we have in a particular manner in the North Indian society. Okay, so this is the, we can say, tradition is being in our present in the society. So because of our tradition, our social behavior is taking place. Okay, then the next one is motives. Motives, the meaning of motives is a reason for doing something. Okay, if we have a reason for doing something, so that may also play a important role in influencing our social behavior. An individual's motive also significant influence his or her social behavior, because motives governs the attitude as well as the psyche of the individual. Okay, because if we have some reason for to do something, that will govern our attitude as well as our psyche of an individual. So next one is drives. Drives may be defined as a aroused awareness tendency, or a state of heightened the tension in the individual that sets off the reaction for increasing the general activity level of an individual. Means it increases the general activity of the level of the individual. Okay, then the last point is the ambitions. Ambition, an individual's ambition influence the social behavior as it gives a way to expect the response to others. Okay, means the if the person is having some ambition, that will influence the social behavior of that person. And the unmotivated people exhibit sluggish behavior, means they, if they are not motivated or they don't have any ambition in their life, so they will do some sluggish behavior, like they don't have anything to do. And while ambitious people may display with a warm and proactive social behavior, if the person is ambitious and the person is having motive to do something, so that that will person will display a warm and proactive, means active behavior in the social behavior will be expected in the if the person is ambitious in his or her life. So these all are about the today's topic. If you people have any doubt, so you can ask me. I'll try my best to clear your doubts. Thank you all.